Hi guys, today I have a very important task to complete. Some months ago, I recorded a video with frequently asked questions for my pronunciation course, and honestly, it has been a very reasonable idea because now it saves me the trouble of having to answer all of the same questions that you guys have for me, and it also makes everything much clearer for you. So this time I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing for speaking classes, which is actually our major project with several groups running every single month. So that's why I get a lot of questions every single day, and let's dive into them. So question number one, is it just a speaking club? People usually don't ask me questions about that, but they state that they want to be joining our speaking club. So I want to debunk this. It's not a club. This is a serious course. So to my mind, a speaking club is just a place where you come, let's say every single week, and you don't have to prepare. You just come and randomly talk about something that your team leader suggests. However, our courses are something much more serious. You have a lot of homework to complete. You have a structure behind every single class, behind the whole course itself. You have topics which are chosen prior to the classes. You have every single task revolving around this particular topic. You have a certain number of participants, and you have basically a whole course. This is not a club. This is something much more challenging and demanding. With that in mind, I don't want to intimidate you, but I have to make sure that you guys have the right expectations so that it doesn't get too overwhelming. So let's start with the question about the classes itself. How long are the classes? Each class lasts 2 hours. I know it might sound daunting at first, and you might think that by the end of it, you're gonna get tired or bored, but I can promise you that it's not gonna happen because the whole class is diverse and entertaining, and most people actually tell us that by the end of the class they are left with a craving for more communication with those like-minded people, and they don't even notice how 2 hours pass by. The reason why I chose this amount of time is because I've tried different periods. We had 90 minutes, we had something like 100 minutes, and every single time it felt like it wasn't enough, and I wanted to give people an opportunity to express their opinion, to relax, not having to hurry, to rush through every single activity, because there's a lot that you have to complete throughout the class. I want you guys to feel comfortable throughout the whole class without having to worry that you don't have enough time to answer every single question or complete every single task. How many classes are there per month? There are 4 classes. Every single week you will have 1 class, and it might sound at first like it's not enough, but trust me, because of the amount of homework that you have to complete, it's more than enough. It's actually not possible to have more frequent classes because it will take you a whole week to complete all of the tasks that you have to. And I will explain why right now. So how much homework is there? There's a lot. Every single week, you will get an article on a certain topic that you will be discussing in your future class. Each article was carefully, thoroughly chosen by me according to several criteria. So it should be interesting, it should be insightful. Actually, lots of people thank me afterwards for not just choosing the articles that boost your English, but also influence your life. They somehow, for example, affect your mindset or help you out with certain decisions in your life. Each article is bursting with advanced vocabulary, which is highlighted there so you can pay extra attention to it. And then afterwards, you can open your glossary where you'll find all these phrases explained with an English definition, because we're trying to encourage you guys not to use any translation whatsoever. And an example sentence just to help you out with the context, not the one from the article itself, but just a random one. And with some tricky words, you will also find transcription there to help you out with pronunciation. On top of that, each glossary has a link to Quizlet sets, which help you to recycle this vocabulary once again, maybe after the class, or if you want to prepare thoroughly for the class, you can also complete it before. Once you're done with the glossary itself, we strongly encourage you to choose a few items on this list and work with them more thoroughly, coming up with your own examples, checking more example sentences on the internet, and even opening Youglish and looking at different context situations there. Upon completing this part of your homework, you can proceed to pre-teaching exercises. So every week you get 3 exercises to help you understand this vocabulary better and activate it into your speech. So that would be different activities like synonyms matching, pictures matching, paraphrasing, filling in the gaps, and so on and so forth. There's a whole slew of different activities, and I made sure that every single class you get something new. And last but not least, you will get a link to a YouTube video, obviously on the same exact topic that we'll be discussing in the future class. You will have to watch the video and complete a listening activity. How much time does it take you to actually complete the homework? Well, that's totally up to you. Depends on how slow or quick you are. Also depends on how thoroughly you want to go through the vocabulary and make sure you activate it. So usually it takes from 1 hour to 4 hours. You might also want to complete the tasks that you get after the class, which is just going to make sure that you further recycle the vocabulary. It's either write an essay on suggested titles, on suggested topics, or record a voice message, which your team leaders will be checking and sending you a thorough feedback of. Is it okay if you don't do your homework? Unfortunately, I cannot say it's all right. You're going to be working in a team, which means that you're undertaking this responsibility, and you have to make sure that you come to classes prepared, because otherwise it will slow down other participants. Maybe your partners will have to do some work for you, and that's just not fair, which is a good thing because it means that you will have no choice but prepare for classes. How do you actually improve your fluency? Well, most of the class is dedicated to speaking activities, and it's about 90 minutes. So 30 minutes of the class you usually spend on vocabulary revision. So you will get 3 more tasks in order for you to start using this vocabulary in your speech right away. So there's going to be questions containing this vocabulary, statements that you have to argue with, describing pictures, paraphrasing sentences, and so on. But afterwards, you will get 90 minutes of speaking practice with different partners. You will be working in a pair every single time, and our main priority here is to make sure that in just a few classes there is a certain atmosphere established. Yeah, so we will provide you with as much support and encouragement as possible. We'll make sure that you'll feel comfortable and confident, that you will get on with your teammates, and eventually, even after one single class, you will feel relaxed and you will feel like nobody's judging you here. Nobody is there to criticize you. Everybody here is in the same boat and working towards one main goal. Another reason why these classes are so efficient is that we always try to redirect your attention from the fears that you have, from the insecurities that you have, from the doubts that you have towards a certain topic. Yeah. So in each class, you will forget that you are studying English, that you're working on improving it. You will constantly be focused on certain tasks, on certain activities, on your partners in order for you to maintain a conversation. So eventually this fear of making mistakes will fade away. How many people are there in each group? There are maximum 6 people in each group, which gives us an opportunity to give you personalized feedback and guidance, but at the same time gives you a chance to talk to 3 different partners throughout the class. How often can I enroll? Unfortunately, we do not start new groups every single month. However, we do have quite a few available spots for different time slots pretty much every single month. So you can text me and I will let you know which group you can join this month. How many time slots do we have? So each weekday has 1 class in the morning, and then on top of that, we also have Wednesday evening classes and Saturday and Sunday evening classes. And I try out 1 class. I will have to say no to that just because I am 100% sure in the quality of my classes. When people come to us, they usually stay with us for at least a few months or sometimes even throughout the whole course. And I am not inclined to take on people just for them to try out classes. I am sure that if you come to us, you will be absolutely satisfied with it. You might be unsure of your level and if it suits our classes. In this case, you can just send me a private message and I will ask you to complete a few tasks for me so that I can assess your level and make sure that it's okay for you to join us. Can I join for just 1 month? Obviously, it's totally up to you for how long you want to join us, but I would say that we would like you to come with the intention of staying for as long as possible because the atmosphere in classes that we create is of utmost importance for us, which means that we need people to get to know each other pretty well, to feel comfortable around each other, and to have this kind of team spirit and family-like atmosphere. Which topics do we cover? There's a whole array of topics, all sorts of them, from health to sports, from AI to feminism, from history to cultures, and so on. Will I be refunded if I miss a class? We do not refund anybody because this is a group class, which means that you're occupying somebody's place and you will receive the material. Even if you're sick or you cannot attend a class, you will still receive all the material and you can still work on it on your own and afterwards send either a voice message or an essay to your team leader to make sure you take the most out of a class. How long is the course? The course lasts about 10 months. There's 41 classes there, and you're not required to complete all 10 months, obviously, but I can guarantee that if you do stay with us for 10 months, you will see an incredible result. Who are these classes for? Initially, these classes were designed for English teachers who are passionate about the language and who would like to use a bit more elaborate vocabulary in their speech, feel more confident talking to different people, and boost their fluency. You can still join us in April. There are a few time slots. The first one is on Mondays at 10:30 a.m., so you will finish by 12:30 p.m. You can join them on the 19th of April. The second one is Tuesdays, 10:30 a.m. Both of these classes are taught by Irina. She's our star speaking classes since she's been teaching them for a year now. The third time slot is Saturdays, 6 p.m. All of it is Moscow time. This class is taught by Kate, who you are probably familiar with, who always pays a lot of attention to psychology, to support, to encouragement, and you will feel the most comfortable in her classes. We also have Nina, who is our master of vocabulary, and she will make sure that every single word sticks to you, but at the moment, all her groups are full. I hope that this video helped you to straighten out all the doubts and questions that you had, and you're about to join us on this journey to your better fluency.